if you asked last month and they were busy and they had stuff going on, of course they're not going to want to sign up for a challenge. But say this month, you know, they don't have as much going on and they feel ready. So you have to message them every couple months to see if it's going to be the right time. And yes, March, my second favorite month of the year, because it's my birthday in like a couple days. Whoop whoop. Yeah, but no, it's gonna be super awesome because 22 Minute Hardcore launches on Monday, and oh my gosh, it's my new favorite program. 22 minutes, I mean, how can you go wrong? But it's seriously an awesome program. I encourage all of you guys to order it as soon as it launches, because you're going to want to post your selfie with your new workout program, and so many people are going to want to do this program because it's 22 minutes. Yeah. Even if they're not into fitness that much, they're like, oh, 22 minutes, like I could do that, you know, I could squeeze that in. And even if they are into fitness, it's still a butt-kicking workout. And, you know, they have a modifier, but like a lot of the moves, like some of the workouts I still can't get all the way through. Like it is a tough workout program, but it's awesome. In the test group, everyone's having like crazy results, and I'll make sure to post my results. You guys can use any of mine. You're free to use any of them to promote the program. I know I'm doing a test group, so I have like a Facebook group, and I have ladies in there ready to order as soon as it comes out. And then if they don't order, I'm just going to take them out of the group. So I have it in there what the requirements are for the test group, and if they don't, you know, I'll message them to make sure that they order, and if they don't, then I'll just say, you know, maybe next month you can do it. But it's going to be awesome. Definitely try and run a test group if you can, because people are going to love this program.
And there's something about the words test group that people are really drawn to, because it implies that they're going to be some of the first people to try this. And there is some value to that, especially when you're advertising for this, that, you know, it's a brand new program. I'm going to be doing this with you type thing. So it's all new to all of us. So there is definitely value in advertising that. So sorry, I'm in a rocking chair, so my like computer is going crazy. But yeah, that is something huge you want to do, is use the words test group. And I know for the girls on my team, we are running one. That's absolutely what we're doing. And from a marketing standpoint, we're going to give people the month of March to purchase it, and then they'll start beginning of April, so that we can really make sure that we get those Success Club points throughout the month of March during that release. So that's how we're going to be running it. And also, I've been working into my posts, and I'm kind of going on a tangent here for the month of March, but basically I just finished Hammer and Chisel, and the last few days I've been talking a little bit about, oh, I'm loving my results, can't wait to share. My knees are a bit slow though. So I'm going, oh, I have so much feedback. Is it just me? Okay, I'm going to mute you. There. Perfect. Okay. So basically what I'm doing is I'm sprinkling in PiYo here and there, because that's what I'm going to be doing in the month of March before I start 22 Minute Hardcore, because that's going to be a program that's on promo as well. So for anyone that's been doing Hammer and Chisel or a more intense workout program, and you really want to promote doing a workout program that's low intensity, low impact, but high intensity, you still get amazing results doing it, but it's really good if your joints and your muscles are stiff. And I know for me, after lifting weights for 8 weeks, touching my toes is not the easiest thing anymore. My hip flexors are also like crazy tight and sore. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sprinkling that in so that when the time comes, it's not like, oh yeah, there must be a promo on, so she's doing some downward dog poses and whatever. No, I'm actually going to be doing that program. So that's how I like to plan out my month ahead, is based on what's available, because I want to share my journey and my story and my review of what you're basically like a Yelp, writer, because for a restaurant, you're just sharing what you think of it, how long the workouts are, how hard the workouts are, how intense they are, what the results are. So you're a Yelp reviewer. That's what you are. So
yeah, definitely. And one thing from this month that, like, I have like crazy Success Club points right now, and I haven't, like, some people might be like, oh, she always gets crazy. Like the last few months, like I was hitting Success Club 10 was like a struggle for me. And this month I'm almost at 40. And the real difference was sharing my journey, like sharing my journey and sharing results. Like that's huge. So if you're not doing a workout program right now, I highly suggest picking one, and that March 1st, you go dive into that program. Take those before pictures and stats and weights and everything like you're a challenger again, and do that program from start to finish. Not only are you going to feel awesome and happy with yourself that you've completed a program, it's going to help your business so much to show your consistency and that, you know, you're a normal person and you can complete a whole program. So that's so huge. And like I had to sit back and think, you know, like what's been so different this month? How is this month way more successful than like the last 6 months for me? And that's totally what it is. I'm a challenger again. I'm in this test group and I'm a challenger. I've been posting way more workout videos, way more progress pictures than ever before. And people are attracted to that. They want to see. Even I had one girl that I messaged like 3 times, no reply. And then last week she sent me a message, hey, what's that 22-minute workout you're doing? Like, people are watching, so don't think that they're not. And if people aren't replying to you, do not get discouraged because they're reading them. They're watching you. They'll come around when they want to. So keep doing that.
Definitely. Like I find that when and it seems like counterintuitive. You think that people would be annoyed by sweaty selfies or whatever. But if you're not just standing there kissing your bag of Shaco all the time, like if you're actually posting valuable content, like a picture of you after your workout saying, holy smokes, like I feel good. That workout like helped like get rid of this headache I had. That's valuable because that's information that could be helpful to somebody. A sweaty selfie with you in the mirror being like, whoa, I have abs for the first time. I feel confident and sexy and badass. Like that's a good quality post. Not just workout done, just workout done, you know, actually like add content to it, add a personal touch to your sweaty selfies because then that makes them valuable. And that was what really changed for me over time because I would be like, here's a picture of what I'm eating. Here's a picture of my workspace. You have to add dialogue to everything. And if you look at any top coach, there is always dialogue. There's always a story behind everything. Even the most minuscule looking thing. Like I put up a picture of like my couch and Ruby was sitting there and I said, this is my corner office. Like I didn't just say, this is where I work. I said, this is my dream office. This is what people work their whole lives for, to be able to work in an office as comfortable and as wonderful as mine. But I have it right now and I'm 26 years old. Like that's pretty rad. So adding content to even the most silly sounding, like, or just minuscule post makes all the difference in the world for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more because I was also that girl, just like sweaty selfie, T25 done or whatever.
Yeah.
But now I've really like, and it doesn't even have to be huge. Just like one time, like I've been posting a lot more about coaching. So one day I just like brain dumped. I was like, why do I love coaching? And I wrote down every single reason, like every reason it makes me happy, why I love it, like what it's allowed me to do. And I just wrote it on a piece of paper. So days that I'm like, okay, I should post something about coaching, I'll like go to that piece of paper and be like, oh yeah, that's an awesome reason. Okay, I'll add that into my post. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be like, the picture doesn't even have to correlate exactly with what you're saying, but it'll be like a picture of me and Bruce. And I'll be like, I love my job so much that I get to hang out with my dog and he's my secretary and I get to work from home. Like something like that. Instead of just a picture of me and Bruce being like, I love my dog. You know what I mean? And like I was so bad for that. And I was like, oh, I suck at talking. Like I never know what to say. And that's why I didn't even want to start a blog because I was like, I'm just not good with words. Just say something. Like I have spelling mistakes in probably every post I have to go back and like fix, or like it sounds weird, but people get the right idea. Yesterday I put a picture up of a chandelier and I put which Chandler is better. And one of my friends like commented with like Chandler from Friends. She's like, this Chandler. I was like, oh shit, like I spelled it way wrong. So like, don't be scared to like make mistakes. Just like put some dialogue, put some stuff in there, or like outfit posts too are awesome. Like just to get people to like see your page more, like A versus B, like which outfit looks better. You just want to like add stuff that people are going to like to see too.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And I say it over and over again. And I swear to you guys, like I'm not a photographer. That is not what I do. But I've said this to my team 100 times. If you want a good selfie, that light. Virginia talks about having that light in her face, or me standing in front of my window and my neighbors driving like up their driveway. And here I am like selfieing, and it looks like I'm taking pictures of them. And I'm just like, oh shoot, I'm not taking pictures of you. I'm taking pictures of me. But that's like the art of the selfie. It makes all the difference. I'm not kidding you, because people will stop when they see clear, bright photos with color. And, you know, it makes a really big difference. And people are drawn to photos. Like Instagram, that's all Instagram is just like photos, right? So if your photos are like really blurry or yellow or grainy, people just go right by it. Unless it's boobs, then people stop. But don't post your boobs on Instagram. That's a bad idea. But you know what I mean.
You can kind of put them in there, but just don't be like too excessive.
Just like no nipples. You just can't put nipples.
Yeah, lighting is like so huge. Like take pictures in your car. Like every week you will see a picture of me in my car for sure, because that's where like the best lighting is. And my apartment, like seriously, there's like one lamp. I have to like pull, this is like my picture lamp, and I pull it and I set it up so that my pictures are bright, because it does make so much difference if your lighting is like not very good. Take pictures in your car. Best place to take a selfie.
Yep. Like Laura Mendenhall, I swear like all of her photos are just in her car. That's it. But like she's on the go with kids. That's reality. That's life for a lot of people. It's like the only time you get a chance to like breathe is when the kids are asleep in the car seat. So you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a selfie right now. So yeah, just being prepped for March, you know, just because you lock in Success Club, let's say you hit it yesterday or the day before, that doesn't mean to like back off, because you need to keep going. And that's when you'll notice the business really start to have momentum, and continuing forward is when you don't stop when you hit Success Club. Because that's what I used to do. I would be like Success Club, 15 by the 15th. And as soon as I hit it, I'd be like, whoo, I'm not really going to do anything for the next little while. And that's not good, because that means that I'm only working really half that month at like growing my business. And that's not effective. You're better off continuing those behaviors so they become habitual, right? And that they become just a part of your daily routine. And sure, you know, if you hit Success Club 15 in the first 15 days and then you go away with friends for a day and you don't get it done, that's fine, you know, but there just comes a point where you have to really just keep going. Because I guarantee you, there isn't a single top coach out there that like doesn't send at least some form of an invitation almost every single day. So that would make a huge difference.
Yeah, definitely. And also, so March is coming up. I highly suggest printing out some type of calendar, or if you already have your day planner, and like sit there and plan out your month. I know Kirsten and I both run challenge groups, but if you've been a coach for more than a month, I highly encourage you to take that plunge and start running your own challenge group, because it's only going to make you grow as a leader, and your challengers will have more of a connection with you because you're the one posting in the group. You know, I remember being scared. So if you're like nervous and you're like, oh, I don't really know how to do this, don't worry at all. You're way ahead of all those challengers. They don't even know what a challenge group is at all. So all of our posts are in the file section. You don't have to make them up. You can use exactly what we post. I know some days I just go to Pinterest and I'm like, workout picture, and I'll find something and throw it up in our challenge group if I'm like busy and can't do it. So just go with it and start doing it. If you're scared to do it on your own, if you like someone in our group, you're like, oh, she's a cool coach, send them a message and just be like, hey girl, we should do a challenge group together. that's basically me and Kirsten like just started doing these calls. Hey, let's team up and like make our teams do calls together. Like it's just all about getting out of your comfort zone and asking other coaches to work with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you all to be running your own challenge groups, because it's honestly the best thing for your business. Because I have other people's challengers being like, oh, I love your challenge groups. Can I be in your challenge group again? And I'm like, oh, I want their coach to be the one that they're messaging saying, I love your challenge groups.
Yeah.
So definitely take that plunge this March. If you've been a coach for more than a month, it's time to free the nest and start running your own challenge group. You can do it.
And it will make you feel so confident in your business, being like, I'm actually the one who's in control of this. Like, I don't need to ask permission or, how to run this. This is your ball of wax. Like, that is totally your game. And that's a really good feeling. I loved that. Like, being able to be like, actually, you know what? I'm going to do something totally different. Like, I'm going to run it really differently, because I focus a lot of my challenge groups now. And the one coming up is almost entirely based on personal development, self-love, body image, and confidence. And I have never been this excited to run a challenge group. And I'm telling you right now, I've run a lot of freaking challenge groups in my life. And this one, I've never been more excited, because I feel like it's me. Like, this is 100% me. And once I, advertise it as something that I think comes off as genuinely something I'm interested in, that makes a big difference too. It's not just like, oh, here's like something I'm doing because I have to. It's like, no, I'm passionate about this topic. And this is something, I came up with on my own, and I love it. So just make it your own. You have total creative freedom. Just the only tip I have is just keep everyone engaged, keep dialogue going. And then the biggest rule that I have is, if you're a coach and you're in a group, you are the ultimate challenger. You cannot just idly stand by and never post or comment, but put your customers in a group, because you are the one they're looking up to. You are their coach. You need to be like, boom, in your face, like posting recipes and all that jazz, because we know you can do it. You do it on your Facebook, right? So you can do that in the challenge group too. So just become the ultimate challenger. Other than that, do you guys have any questions for us, like either about March or for Success Club this month or running groups? I like to pick on people. Let's see. Oh, who was that? Someone smiled. Becky, you smiled. You good?
I have a question about pictures.
Yeah.
My house, I bought my house like 5 months ago, and the paint in it is like this hideous beige whatever, and every picture I take looks like I'm standing in front of a wall of monsters. And like the whole house is that color. So apart from taking all my pictures outside, like, do you guys hang like blankets or something? Like, I don't know what to do, but I hate it.
What about standing in front of your door? Your door is white. That's what I would do.
So I've taken the white ones in front of the door, and then I'm like squeezing in to get in the door frame and like not having a part of the wall showing, but it's super annoying.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like who live in basement suites and stuff too, or like Virginia was saying, like not a ton of natural light in their apartments. It's tough. But I know Morgan bought this really cute mandala like tapestry. Exactly. Because she hates her basement. It's just wood paneling, right? But that now is kind of her like signature. You know to look for her because you see that blanket hanging in the background. And I know Becca Robinson does the same thing. So that might be something worth your while then. Just buying one of those like on Etsy or on Urban Outfitters. Find something like that and just hang it on the wall somewhere. And it doesn't have to be a permanent fixture either. It can just be something that goes up and down, like a little photo shoot every time.
Yeah. Good plan. Mm-hmm. That's all I could come up with on the spot.
That's good. Thanks. What about?
So I kind of have a question.
Yeah.
So I only need to help one more person, and then I'm considered SC5 or SC6.
Awesome.
And so I'm very excited, but I just want to know how. I don't want to come off like like desperate. Like I don't want to be like, you have to buy this. This is amazing, because it's like the last day or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how would you do that without?
I would post
seeming
maybe a
desperate?
little bit more than you have. Like,
Okay.
sometimes when it's towards the end, I know Virginia and I talked one day and it was like we post like 6 or 7 times on our Facebook. But that means that more people see you. You get more exposure that way.
Okay.
But even just inviting people you haven't invited before, you don't have to come off sounding desperate. It's just the first time you've made that contact with them.
Okay.
But then also just speaking from the heart. And if you are excited about the program, definitely do it. I wouldn't probably be like, you're going to miss out on this like sale price or this promo price. It's going to go back up in March, because like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. But you can always work in like, if you're wanting to save some moolah, this is like the perfect time. Like always put the positive on it rather than like the price is going to go up. Just say until this date, the price is cheap,
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, and if you've been chatting with some people, I know if they've like stopped replying, I'll shoot them a message and just be like, hey girl, are you still thinking about doing the challenge group? Just a reminder, like Monday's the last day to order to get your stuff in time for the challenge, like something like that. And then they'll be like, oh, I totally forgot to order, or they'll be like, no, maybe next month or whatever. But it keeps the conversation going, and hopefully you can get a sale with that follow-up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Any other questions, guys?
Who's going to be doing 22-minute hardcore? Put your hand up. 1, 2. Close to a lot of people.
I think pretty well everybody put up their hand. Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. It's going to be good. A little bit of Tony Horton in my life is always a good thing.
Yeah, I never did one of his programs before. That was my first one.
I did P90X3. It was the second program I bought after like my very first round of 21 Day Fix, and I got it in the mail. And I was still like, my first round of 21 Day Fix made a huge difference in my life, but I still was like, I had a long way to go. And I put in P90X3 and I was like, this might need to wait. I think I might need to wait for this one. But after I did it, I was like, I love that program. It was so good.
Yeah, I ordered it too, but I never did it.
Yeah, it's a long program. That's the only trouble, but lots of equipment too.
Is it 8 weeks too?
I think it's 90 days.
Yeah, this one is 8 weeks. It'll like make you fall in love with working out again. Because like 22 minutes was not bad at all.
Yeah, I can get down to 22.
But I will put this out there. There are ab workouts on some days, so some days it is longer than 22 minutes. But I'm not sure how they're going to make it on the schedule, if it's going to be optional or if you have to. But the ab workouts are only like 8 to 10 minutes.
And that's kind of like hammer and chisel too, right? They had like days where there was like an additional 15-minute glute workout you could do. And then some said optional, some said like, no, you should do it, or you could do a different one if you had the deluxe pack. But yeah, it was good. I'm actually glad, like I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite programs, but my knees are really sore. My knees and my hips are like dying right now. Like an old lady getting out of a chair. But hey, my quads are really jacked, so that's good. But that's time for some PiYo.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I might do, because this week's Hell Week, so we do like 2-a-days it's an optional week after you're done the program, which is going to be crazy, but I'm going to do it. And then after that, I think I'll do PiYo too so I'm going to start with, I'm doing my test group to start on March 21st. So I'll do PiYo up till then too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, we can wrap up for today, but this is a good chance to ask. Oh my God, Sarah Katie's so cute. Look at her hair. Aww. So sweet.
She knows you're talking about her. She's like,
I'm so beautiful.
Morning, Katie. Morning.
Ow.
Aw.
Say good morning.
Okay, guys. Well, if you have any, what do we have here? I see something from Christine. How do you guys facilitate participation in your challenge groups? Always having like an action statement. So every post you have during the day has like something that they have to post, something that they have to say, something that they have to do, so that it keeps them engaged and on track. Because otherwise, if it's just like information, then they'll be quiet, right? But if you actually go out of your way to make like a task for them to do, that's key. And also being really upfront with everyone at the beginning of the group. Like you guys all saw, anyone who's in my upcoming group, it says like, here are the requirements. And it's really point blank. You must participate every single day, because the results of everybody how did I word it? Something about how, all of our participation and our engagement and our journey through this is going to help one another. So we need to rely on each other for being very present. And then I said the other one, they needed to have like a journal for at home and like post a selfie with their journal, and all these things. So having requirements is key. And, there does come a point where you might enforce it. Like if people aren't actually posting in the group, then maybe you just remove them. They might not even notice they're not in there, but you could even just message them and say, hey, like I noticed you haven't been participating in the group. Are you actually doing the workouts and stuff, or do you need a hand, or what's going on? Because that's really our only way of following up or knowing, if they're actually doing it. So just making sure that it's really clear that participation is one of the components of success. And it's the challengers that actually stay engaged and they stay accountable are the ones who actually succeed.
Yeah, and sometimes if I have people not participating, I'll do like kind of like a, not mean, but like a kick in the butt post, and I'll be like, hey, you guys, seriously, there's 70 people in this group and I only have 10 people commenting. And I'll say, the assignment for today is to post a sweaty selfie. If you don't post a sweaty selfie, I'll assume you're no longer interested in this group and you'll be removed. And sometimes I actually do start removing people, but usually after that, a bunch more people start commenting, and then I'm like, okay, if like 50 out of 70 comment, okay, we're good. Or even like half, we're good. But if there's only like 10 people commenting out of 70, I'll do a post like that. And usually they're like, oh, okay, sorry, and they feel bad. So sometimes a post like that is good. Or I make a video and call them out, like, are you guys still there? Like, what's going on? Why am I not seeing any posts? So sometimes they just need a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
Do you guys make a new template for every challenge group that you run, or do you change like 3 posts, or do you just keep the same old template every time?
I revamp mine like once every couple of months, and that might be just like changing the wording. I don't like retype everything. I made a new template in like November that I've been using a lot. And the one I have upcoming is 4 of us are hosting it. So we're each doing a week of it. And we each are creating brand new posts. So it'll be like kind of a new template we'll put together. But otherwise, don't make it more work than it has to be, because ultimately, if you're, just hitting the basics of, whatever the theme is of your group, it doesn't have to be like a crazy template. But that being said, let's say you have a day where you're just bored and you have nothing to do and you have some creative juices flowing, by all means, like just develop a new one, create a new one. And that, I find it kind of fun, because in the world of dental hygiene, like there is very little room for creative freedom. Like I don't get that outlet. So I find that Beachbody is my creative outlet in a lot of ways, because whether it be with photos or challenge groups and templates, I can actually just put my own spin on everything. So
yeah, I pretty much do the same. And then if I like have some extra time in the morning, I'll like do a different or random post, or some days I'll just make a video and put that in there. Mm-hmm. Or if like I was on Instagram and I see something like super funny or like a really good quote, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to post that in our challenge group tomorrow. So that's kind of how I change it up. But for the most part, like the prep week is the same, because I feel like all of that stuff everyone needs to do and needs to see, like how their pictures should look for their pictures before they start, and like setting goals. Like I think all of that's very important. So I might just switch the picture, but the content's still pretty much the same.
Yeah, definitely.
I kind of have another question. I was curious if anybody has done clean eating or like Shakeology challenge groups and what that might look like, and if they found it beneficial.
I've done one, Lydia.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a template on my computer that I'll add to our team page.
Awesome. Thanks.
But I adapted it a little bit from Anita Miran's.
Okay.
Anita Miran is one of the top coaches.
Oh, yes.
Or she does well. And it does okay. Like there's a lot of participation, and that way people see what a challenge group is like.
Mm.
And yeah, so they are good to do for sure.
Oh, okay.
And it's a good way to get some, I don't know, just get a little bit of exposure for those people who might be on the fence about a program. And then they can kind of see, so, like someone, I in that group, I'd post like, this is a meal I ate on the 21-day fix. And they're like, whoa, that looks like a really normal meal. Like that's not depriving at all. And people realize like, we're just eating food. We're just making sure we're not eating buckets of it. That's all. Like, so people really relate to that. And everyone loves food. Like free is amazing. So, and it's also becomes almost like an accountability group for those people, doesn't it? Like even after the challenge is done, they were still posting in there like crazy. So I think they like just having that little bit of a community. And then you can say like, girl, I know you love that clean eating group, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much we can offer. So I think,
Okay.
and if you're, let's say, have a slower month, 100%. Yeah, I would do one for sure.
Actually,
Okay.
I
Thanks.
was shaking up one of my shaker cups in a
So, yeah. Okay, guys. I think that was pretty good. I hope we kind of got you guys on the train for March and kind of got you guys thinking about that. I know there's a few days left here, but it's going to be a big month. It's going to be exciting. And I know for me, I'm going on the cruise. So I need to, I was waiting for Virginia to like give me the finger or something. I need to make sure that I hit Success Club before I leave on the 10th. That's my goal, is to get Success Club 10 by the 10th and just be done. And not really have to be on my phone all the time on the cruise. And there is Wi-Fi on the boat, but like when I go on vacation, I go on vacation. Like I'll post some photos, I'll log on, but like I don't want to have to do a ton of work. I want the photos from my cruise to be doing the work for me. So that's what I want. But yeah.
Did we record today or did we forget?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. I
Yeah.
had something
I was a little late starting, but yeah, I got it.
cool. Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. I'm so excited to keep doing these, and we'll let you know when the next one, if we're going to be doing one next week or what the theme is. But like I said, if you ever have any ideas or topics that you think we need to cover and would make a really good coffee and coaching topic, let us know, and then we'll go from there. But one of the things I want you to take away is like what Virginia said is, don't just stick within the confines of your downline or of your personal coach's team, because there's a lot of people out there that could help you grow your business that aren't necessarily directly affiliated with you. So I know Virginia and I are basically like sideline coaches, right? So her and I are both underneath Morgan. Our businesses are totally different entities, but yet together, we found common ground, and we found a way we both really like running our businesses. And it's kind of good because I went to her and I said, girl, I haven't hit Success Club yet. I'm panicking. What do I do? And she's like, this, and this. Do it now. I'm like, okay. And up all night doing it. I'm like, and in the morning, I have someone to text and be like, nailed it. I'm good. I'm fine. So it's really nice to have that sounding board and someone who just gets you. So don't feel like you need to put a label on it or anything. It doesn't need to be called. If you want to call it a success partner, you can. But sometimes it's just nice having a friend in the business that helps you grow. So definitely look into that, because that'll help.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And like, don't worry if like at first you can't find anyone, because like I've went through a couple of success partners and we just kind of, I don't know, we just didn't really click, I guess. So if you like have had one and you're like, oh, that didn't work, just keep like chatting with other coaches. You'll like find one that you click with and you'll be like, okay, sweet, like now I can really like go for it. Because I've had a couple and then we just kind of stopped talking and it just didn't work out. They had kids, I didn't. I have a dog, it's kind of different. So, you know, just find someone hopefully that you enjoy working with, and like it makes the business more fun when you're like, oh, I did this. Because like if I text like my fiance and I'm like, babe, like I hit Success Club, blah blah, he'll be like, good job, but like he doesn't really know what it means, versus another coach is like, oh my gosh, way to go. So yeah, definitely look into finding someone that can like pump you up and be your little success partner.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, thanks again, and we will all chat soon.